Greetings, dear readers. Let us pause for a moment and take stock of a universal struggle, one that has plagued the greatest minds and the most ambitious spirits throughout history. It is not a lack of intelligence, nor a shortage of opportunity that often stands between us and the life we envision. No, it is something far more insidious, something that silently steals our time, our dreams, and our potential. It is procrastination. Think of the countless moments you have resolved to act, only to find yourself sidetracked by distractions that promise instant gratification. The unfinished projects, the abandoned resolutions, the goals that forever remain on tomorrow's to-do list. These are not merely personal failings, but the symptoms of a deeply rooted behavioral pattern. And if you have ever wondered why you procrastinate, why you delay even the tasks you know are crucial to your success, then you are about to embark on a journey of profound discovery. Welcome to the Procrastination Equation, How to Stop Putting Things Off and Start Getting Stuff Done by Piers, a book that does not merely preach willpower but unveils the science behind our tendency to delay. Here, procrastination is not a vague notion of laziness or a character flaw to be shamed, but a mathematically explainable, scientifically studied phenomenon with a clear and actionable antidote. In these pages, you will come to understand why we succumb to procrastination, how our brain tricks us into prioritizing immediate pleasures over long-term rewards, and, most importantly, how to break free from its grasp. You will discover strategies rooted in psychology, behavioral economics, and neuroscience that will empower you to reclaim your time, sharpen your focus, and finally conquer the habits that have held you back. The time for excuses has passed. The moment for action is now. Let this book be your guide, your wake-up call, and your blueprint for transformation. Because the truth is simple. Your potential is limitless, but only if you choose to act. And with the procrastination equation in your hands, that choice has never been clearer. Part 1. Understanding procrastination. Dear readers, imagine this. You have a deadline looming, the clock is ticking, and yet, instead of tackling the task head-on, you find yourself scrolling through social media, watching another episode, or cleaning your desk as if your life depends on it. Sound familiar? You are not alone. Dr. Piers, a leading expert in the science of motivation, takes us on an eye-opening journey into the mechanics of procrastination in the procrastination equation. And let me tell you, this isn't just another book about productivity. No, this is a revelation, a deep dive into the psychology, biology, and behavior behind why we put things off. So let's embark on this journey, breaking down part 1 of this groundbreaking book, where we uncover why we procrastinate, the hidden forces at play, and how we can take back control. Chapter 1. The Procrastination Puzzle. Why we delay. Let's start with the bold truth. Procrastination is not just laziness. It's not a personality flaw or a lack of willpower. It's a predictable, mathematical equation. Yes, an equation, governing why we delay and what we can do about it. Dr. Steele introduces us to the procrastination equation, a formula that breaks down why we avoid important tasks. What does this mean? It means that motivation is a tug-of-war between 4 key factors. 1. Expectancy. Do we believe we can succeed? If we doubt ourselves, we hesitate. 2. Value. How important or rewarding is the task? The less we care, the more we delay. 3. Impulsiveness. How easily distracted are we? The more impulsive we are, the harder it is to focus. 4. Delay. How far away is the reward? If it's in the distant future, our brain tricks us into thinking it can wait. And here's the kicker. The more impulsive we are and the longer the delay, the harder it is to get started. This equation, my friends, is the key to unlocking our own procrastination tendencies. Steele makes it clear. Procrastination is not a failure of character, it's a failure of strategy. The moment we understand these 4 forces, we can start to outsmart them. Chapter 2. The Science of Procrastination. Are we hardwired to delay? Now, you might be wondering, is procrastination just part of being human? Steele's answer? Yes and no. On one hand, procrastination has ancient roots. Our ancestors, who lived in a world of immediate survival, hunting, gathering, escaping predators, never had to think long-term. Our brains evolved to prioritize instant gratification, not distant rewards. But here's the problem. We no longer live in a world of short-term survival. We live in a world of deadlines, goals, and long-term rewards. Yet our brains still crave the now over the later. The science is clear: procrastination is linked to our dopamine system. Every time we scroll social media, watch Netflix, or play a quick game instead of working, our brain releases dopamine, reinforcing our delay habits. The more we indulge, the more we train ourselves to procrastinate. Steele even highlights fascinating studies on procrastination and genetics. Did you know some people are biologically more prone to delay than others? That's right. If you struggle with procrastination, you may have inherited a brain wired for impulsivity. But don't worry, awareness is power, and by understanding these natural tendencies, we can learn to override them. Chapter 3. The Costs of Procrastination. It's worse than you think. Now, let's get serious. Procrastination isn't just an inconvenience, it's a life-altering force. Dr. Steele pulls no punches as he lays out the consequences of chronic procrastination. Studies show that those who consistently delay experience lower performance. Procrastinators produce lower quality work and struggle to meet their full potential. More stress and anxiety. The more we put things off, the heavier the mental burden. Health issues, believe it or not, procrastination is linked to weaker immune systems, poor sleep, and even higher rates of heart disease. Financial losses, late fees, missed deadlines, lost promotions. Procrastination literally costs us money. One study even found that procrastinators earn significantly less over their lifetime compared to proactive individuals. But the most heartbreaking cost? Regret. Procrastination isn't just about lost productivity, it's about lost dreams. Opportunities slip through our fingers not because we weren't capable, but because we delayed taking action. Steele shares a chilling quote from a hospice nurse who spent years caring for the dying. The biggest regret people have at the end of their lives is not living the life they wanted, but the life they settled for. And so, I ask you, what dreams are you putting off? What goals are collecting dust, waiting for someday? Because here's the truth: someday is just a synonym for never. Conclusion: the awakening begins. By now, you might be feeling a mix of excitement, urgency, and maybe even a little discomfort. That's good. That means the message is sinking in. Dr. Steele has given us the procrastination equation, a formula that explains our delays. He's revealed that procrastination isn't just a bad habit, it's a battle against our own biology. And he's shown us the high price we pay for putting things off. But here's the great news: change is possible. And that's where part 2 of this book takes us, into the strategies, tools, and methods that will help us conquer procrastination once and for all. So ask yourself, are you ready to break free? Because next, we're going to arm ourselves with the knowledge and strategies to outsmart procrastination at its core. This is your wake-up call. It's time to stop waiting and start doing. Are you with me? Then let's move forward to part 2. Part 2. Beating Procrastination: The Tools to Take Action. Dear readers, welcome to part 2, where knowledge turns into power. We have uncovered the truth about procrastination. It is not laziness, nor a lack of willpower, but a battle between our impulsive minds and our long-term goals. We have seen the science, the costs, and the cold, hard reality of delay. But now, the question remains: how do we fight back? How do we override our ancient instincts, silence the distractions, and finally take control of our time, our work, and our lives? That is exactly what Dr. Piers Steele delivers in this second part of the procrastination equation. No fluff, no vague advice, just battle-tested, scientifically backed strategies designed to break procrastination at its core. So let's dive in, chapter by chapter, as we uncover the weapons that will help us win this war. Chapter 4: The Power of Expectancy. Believe you can and you will. One of the biggest reasons we procrastinate is doubt. If we don't believe we can succeed, we delay. We hesitate. We avoid. Think about it. Have you ever put off a task because deep down, you weren't sure if you could actually pull it off? Maybe it was writing a paper, applying for a dream job, or starting a business. The fear of failure keeps us stuck. But here's the truth. Success is not about talent. It's about belief. Dr. Steele introduces the power of expectancy, our belief in our ability to succeed. The higher our expectancy, the higher our motivation. And the best part? Expectancy can be trained. Here's how. 1. Start small, build momentum. Instead of overwhelming yourself with a massive goal, break it into small, winnable tasks. Success breeds confidence. 2. Reframe failure. Every successful person has failed many times. But they treat failure as feedback, not as a stop sign. 3. Visualize success. Studies show that imagining yourself succeeding rewires your brain to believe it is possible. 4. Track your progress. When you see progress, your belief in yourself strengthens, making procrastination lose its grip. When you believe you can succeed, you remove one of the biggest barriers to action. Chapter 5: Increasing Value. Make it worth your while. Here's another hard truth. We don't procrastinate on things we enjoy. If something is fun, engaging, and rewarding, we dive in head first. But when a task feels boring, difficult, or meaningless, our motivation plummets. This is where value comes into play. The higher the perceived value of a task, the more likely we are to take action. Dr. Steele gives us 3 ways to make any task feel more valuable. 1. Find personal meaning. Why does this task matter? How does it align with your deeper goals? 2. Make it fun. If a task is dull, find ways to gamify it. Use music, rewards, competition, whatever keeps you engaged. 3. Tie it to a bigger purpose. The most driven people in the world don't work for paychecks. They work for missions. When we increase the perceived value of what we need to do, procrastination loses its grip. Chapter 6: Beating Impulsiveness. Mastering your attention. Distraction is the fuel of procrastination. And in today's world, where notifications, social media, and endless entertainment are at our fingertips, impulsiveness is stronger than ever. Dr. Steele reveals that impulsivity is one of the biggest predictors of procrastination. The more easily distracted we are, the harder it is to stay focused on long-term goals. So how do we fight back? 1. Remove temptation before it strikes. Trying to resist temptation in the moment is a losing battle. The best strategy? Eliminate the distractions before you even start. Put your phone in another room. Use website blockers. Work in an environment designed for focus. If the temptation isn't there, you can't give in. 2. Use the 10-minute rule. Struggling to start a task? Tell yourself, I only have to do this for 10 minutes. Studies show that once you begin, the resistance fades, and you're far more likely to keep going. 3. Reward focus, not just results. If you only reward yourself when you finish a task, your brain still associates work with pain. Instead, train your brain by celebrating focus itself. Every time you stay focused for a solid 20 to 30 minutes, reward yourself with a short break or a small treat. When you control your impulses, you control your productivity. Chapter 7: Defeating Delay. Make the future feel urgent. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to put off something that seems far away? A deadline next month?
No rush.
A dream you'll chase someday? No need to start now. This is known as temporal discounting, our tendency to undervalue the future compared to the present. And it is one of the biggest reasons we procrastinate. Dr. Steele offers 3 powerful strategies to overcome this. 1. Create immediate consequences. One reason we delay is that the pain of procrastination feels distant. To counter this, add instant consequences to delay. Tell a friend your goal and promise the money if you don't follow through. Set hard deadlines with real-world penalties. Make commitments public to increase accountability. When delay has real consequences now, motivation skyrockets. 2. Use pre-commitment devices. Pre-commitment is the act of making future you stick to a decision made by present you. If you struggle to wake up early, put your alarm across the room. If you can't stop scrolling social media, delete the apps during work hours. If you want to save money, set up automatic transfers to a savings account. By locking yourself into good behavior ahead of time, you remove the chance to procrastinate later. 3. Make the future feel real. Studies show that the more vividly we imagine our future selves, the more likely we are to take action now. Write a letter to your future self describing how amazing it will feel to accomplish your goals. Create a vision board of what your future success looks like. Imagine yourself on your deathbed. Will you regret not taking action sooner? When the future feels real, we act in the present. Conclusion: the war on procrastination begins now. By now, you have everything you need to fight procrastination head-on. You understand the why, and now you have the how. So here is the final question. What will you do with this knowledge? Because knowing how to overcome procrastination is worthless unless you act. Dr. Steele's research is clear. The moment you start, procrastination weakens. The moment you take that first step, resistance crumbles. So don't wait for the perfect moment, this is it. The war on procrastination starts now. And the battle is yours to win. Are you ready? Then go take action. Part 3. Mastery, making productivity a way of life. Dear readers, warriors of productivity, welcome to the final part of our journey. By now, we have unmasked the enemy. We have dissected procrastination's roots, why we delay, why motivation fails, and how our own psychology works against us. We have also armed ourselves with weapons, scientifically proven tools to sharpen our focus, increase motivation, and eliminate distractions. But this is not enough. Because motivation fades, energy fluctuates, discipline weakens. The key to true, long-lasting success is habit. It is about transforming what we have learned into a way of life, where procrastination is not just managed but eliminated. In this final part, Piers delivers the master plan, how to make productivity effortless, automatic, and part of your identity. Chapter 8. The Power of Habits, Turning Productivity into an Unbreakable Routine. Let's face it, willpower is unreliable. Some days, we wake up energized, ready to conquer the world. Other days, even the simplest tasks feel impossible. This is where habits come in. Habits automate success. They remove the need for decision-making. If you have to decide to be productive every day, you will fail. But if productivity becomes second nature, like brushing your teeth, you win every time. So how do we build habits that last? 1. Start small, ridiculously small. One of the biggest mistakes people make is setting their habits too big from the start. The secret? Make it easy. So easy you can't fail. Want to start working out? Do 1 push-up per day. Want to write a book? Write 1 sentence. Want to read more? Read 1 paragraph. Because once you start, momentum takes over. 2. Anchor new habits to existing ones. The best way to make a habit stick is to attach it to something you already do. This is called habit stacking. After brushing your teeth, write down your top 3 tasks for the day. After making coffee, read 1 page of a book. After sitting at your desk, work for 5 minutes before checking your phone. By linking habits together, they become automatic. 3. Track your progress. What gets measured gets managed. By tracking your habits, whether with a notebook, an app, or a simple calendar, you reinforce your progress and build consistency. Steele introduces the "don't break the chain" method, famously used by comedian Jerry Seinfeld. The idea? Each day you complete your habit, mark an X on a calendar. Soon a streak forms. And once the chain gets long, you won't want to break it. When habits take root, productivity stops being a battle, it becomes a way of life. Chapter 9. The Science of Self-Discipline. Winning when motivation fails. Motivation is fleeting. It's unreliable. If you only work when you feel like it, you will fail. The secret weapon? Self-discipline. Steele reveals that self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. 1. Use the 5-second rule. Created by Mel Robbins, this simple yet powerful technique shuts down procrastination before it starts. The moment you hesitate, count down 5-4-3-2-1. Go. Then immediately take action. Why does this work? Because it short-circuits overthinking and forces immediate movement. 2. Remove decision fatigue. Every decision we make drains our mental energy. The more choices we face, the weaker our self-discipline becomes. Solution? Automate your life. Plan your day the night before. Eat the same healthy breakfast daily. Wear a simple work uniform like Steve Jobs. Set fixed work hours. By eliminating small decisions, you save energy for what truly matters. 3. Train your willpower like a muscle. Self-discipline is not genetic, it's trainable. Start with small challenges. Wake up 10 minutes earlier, take cold showers, say no to junk food. Each success strengthens your willpower, making bigger challenges easier. Discipline is the foundation of success. Master it, and procrastination loses its power. Chapter 10. Mastering Time, the Productivity Systems That Work. Time is the great equalizer. No matter who you are, you get 24 hours a day. What separates the ultra-successful from everyone else? They control their time instead of letting time control them. Steele introduces some of the world's most powerful time management systems, tested and proven by billionaires, CEOs, and high performers. 1. The Pomodoro Technique, harnessing focus in bursts. Work for 25 minutes. Take a 5-minute break. Repeat 4 times, then take a longer 15 to 30-minute break. Why does this work? Because short sprints prevent burnout and keep the brain engaged. 2. The Eisenhower Matrix, eliminate wasted time. Not all tasks are created equal. The Eisenhower Matrix helps you separate the important from the trivial. Urgent and important, do immediately. Important but not urgent, schedule it. Urgent but not important, delegate it. Neither urgent nor important, eliminate it. Most people waste time on urgent but unimportant tasks. Don't be most people. 3. The 80-20 rule, maximize your impact. 80% of results come from 20% of efforts. Identify and focus on that 20%, the key actions that truly move the needle. Master time, and you master your future. Chapter 11. Identity Shift, becoming the person who never procrastinates. We've talked about tactics, strategies, and systems. But the final transformation is mental. If you still see yourself as a procrastinator, you will always struggle. The real secret to never procrastinating? Change your identity. Instead of saying, I try to be productive, say, I am a productive person. Instead of saying, I'm trying to write, say, I am a writer. Instead of saying, I'm trying to be disciplined, say, I am a disciplined person. Your actions will always follow your identity. Change who you believe you are, and procrastination disappears. Conclusion. The choice is yours. We have reached the final moment. Now you know the science. You have the tools. You understand how motivation works, how habits form, and how self-discipline can be built like a muscle. So here is the final truth. Procrastination is a choice. Every day, every moment you choose. Take action or delay. Focus or distract. Build discipline or surrender to excuses. You now have the power. The only question left is, what will you do with it? The battle is over. The war is won. And the future is yours to create. Thanks for listening to Book Buzz reviews and summaries. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new video updates.